The Indian Meteorological Department today issued a yellow alert for Hyderabad as it said that the deep depression was now moving towards Maharashtra. Heavy rains are expected in Vikarabad, Siddipet and Jagaon district of Telangana. Considering the situation, the state government has declared a holiday for today and tomorrow. It has advised people to stay indoor until necessary. 9 people, including a 2-month-old, have been killed in Hyderabad after a compound wall collapsed and fell on 10 houses due to incessant rainfall in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh since 3 days. At least 14 districts of Telangana have been affected, with several areas in Hyderabad being flooded and vehicles stuck due to waterlogged roads. Reports state that as many as 12 people have been killed in last 48 hours. The grim situation led the authorities to open the floodgates of Himayat Sagar Dam that supplies water to Hyderabad late last night after the water levels rose. The capital city has witnessed the highest rainfall ever in the past 24 hours according to the Indian Meteorological Department. The chief of People's Democratic Party and former Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Mehbooba Mufti was released from custody on Tuesday. Jammu and Kashmir Administration spokesperson Rohit Kansal gave this information. Mehbooba Mufti was detained in August last year before Article 370 was abrogated from Kashmir. She has been released after 1 year, 2 months and 9 days, that is a total of 436 days later. Mehbooba Mufti was booked under the Public Safety Act on February 6, even before her term of custody expired. Mehbooba was relocated 4 times in just 8 months. She was the only major leader of Jammu and Kashmir who was kept under house arrest until now. Former Chief Ministers Farooq Abdullah and Omar Abdullah have been released. Farooq was released on 15th of March, whereas Omar Abdullah was released 10 days later on 25th of March. After his release, Omar demanded an end to the house arrest of all the leaders. After coming out, Mehbooba Mufti has released an audio message for her followers and party members. She said that none of us can forget the insult and humiliation we faced on August 5 when Article 370 was repealed illegally and in an anti-democratic manner. This is what former Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Mehbooba Mufti, said. She said that we need to take back what Delhi Darbar took away from us illegally and in an undemocratic manner. Not only this, but the issue of Kashmir needs to be resolved too, for which several Kashmiris have given up their lives. I know the path won't be easy, but we need to continue with this struggle. Today, when I am being let off, I demand the release of others who are still in detention illegally. Following the letter written by Maharashtra Governor Bhagat Singh Koshyari to Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray regarding opening of religious places in Maharashtra, now NCP Chief Sharad Pawar has written a letter to PM Modi. Pawar has questioned the language used by Governor Koshyari in the letter. Pawar has written in a letter to Prime Minister Modi that he is shocked by the intemperate language of the letter written by Maharashtra Governor. Sharad Pawar said, I want to convey here that the Honorable Governor can have independent views on any issue. I commend the Governor for making the Chief Minister aware of his views. However, I am surprised to see the letter issued by the Governor and the kind of language used in the letter. The NCP Chief further wrote, I am sure you too must have paid attention to the intemperate language that has been used. In the preamble of our Constitution, the word secular has been added, which shows respect to all religions. He said, unfortunately, the letter from the Honorable Governor to the Chief Minister seems as if it has been written to the leader of a political party. India's economic growth forecast was slashed further by International Monetary Fund today, with the country now facing the biggest contraction of major emerging markets in the wake of coronavirus pandemic. Gross domestic product will shrink 10.3% in the fiscal year to March 2021, the Washington-based lender said in its World Economic Outlook, far worse than the 4.5% decline predicted in the month of June. The 5.8% point downgrade was the biggest of the world's main economies. In the group of emerging economies, revisions to the forecast are particularly large for India, where GDP contracted much more severely than expected in the second quarter. That is what the IMF said in its report.
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.